In today's tutorial, we will sketch this mango vendor's table using line and wash watercolor. One of the many things that I love about Thailand is the inherent honesty of people. This is a house just around the corner from where I stay, and is an example of one of many just like it. People put on the street side a table of whatever it is that they're selling, whether it's mangoes, watermelons, bananas, or any such thing. And it is up to passers-by to help themselves to what it is that they would like to take. And then an honesty box system is there for you to put your money into. Nobody is checking whether you pay or not, and nobody steals the money that is already in the box. The gate of the property is also open, and you're able to go in and buy some of the things that are on the table on the inside as well. Today I'm going to sketch this table of mangoes with the box. Supplies for today: I've got a pencil, eraser, permanent micron pen, paintbrush, tissue, spray bottle, palette of paints, and water. I am going to start with my pencil sketch already down, and I'm going to go over it with my Pigma Micron fine liner pen in size 0.1. The downloadable and traceable PDF for this sketch is available for free if you follow the link in the description box below. If you would prefer to follow along with me and sketch yourself, then I would suggest that you do in pencil what it is that I'm doing in ink now first, and then when you're happy with your pencil sketch, you can go over it with your fine liner pen. Anytime that we're going to work in line and wash, we've got to make sure that the pen that we're using is not going to run when we put the paint over it. So check the side of your pen and make sure that it either says waterproof ink or archival ink. Then you know that the ink won't run when you lay the watercolor over the top. For this sketch, I'm not going to worry too much about the gate or the background of the sketch. I'm just going to do the table of mangoes and the wall alongside. When it comes to the foliage on the gate here, I'm not copying the leaves exactly by any means. I'm just using the photograph as a guide and sketching the leaves as we go. At this point on the wall, I'm just going to use my ruler to help me see where the line will continue, because it's quite easy for that to slip out of line because of the leaves being in the way. And then I'll finally just fill in the horizontal panels of the fence. Before I paint, I'm just going to erase the pencil lines that I've made. I'm going to use my Daniel Smith palette and my Escoda travel brush. I'm going to cover my sketch and then spritz the paints with water to prepare them, and then clear an empty space on my palette for mixing. Now I'm going to work on my mangoes. I'm starting with a mixture of raw sienna, which I will drop in for the box. And now I'm going to do a mixture of yellows and greens for the mangoes. Here I'm starting with some Hunter yellow medium for the yellowest parts that I can see. Then I'm going to mix in some cadmium orange hue, and I'll put those in at the bottom of the orange yellow mangoes. Now I'm going to mix some sap green and work over some of the mangoes that are green. I'm just using the photograph as a guide and trying to just get a nice mix of the yellows and the greens here. Now I'm mixing some darker undersea green for the darker areas of the greener mangoes. And as it starts to dry, I will also start to add in a little bit more of contrast and darker areas to each of the mangoes, just so that we can get a little bit of shadow on them here and there. I will particularly concentrate the darker area on the bottom of each mango. For the wooden tray, I will start with some raw umber. And And then I'll drop in a bit of a burnt umber to make it a little bit redder. And then I'll just move around the legs here, continuing with the raw umber. Moving to the leaves on the post, I will use the greens that are on my palette, a mixture of sap green and undersea green, just getting a little bit of difference in tones in the leaves and dropping in a bit of shadow here and there. I'm not going to make the wall the same color as in the photograph. I'm going to go for more of a concrete stone look. So I am mixing up some buff titanium and Sodalite Genuine just to get a look of concrete with a little bit of blue and brown in the wall as well. And for the ground, I'm just going to use whatever blues and greys remain on my palette, making a mix of all of them. As I get to the bottom here, I'm going to use a dry brush effect just to give some texture to the ground. And then I'm going to add some blue or grey to the shadow area of the post, and also put some shadows under the leaves. I'm going to put a darker tape on the box and add some shadow to the side flaps of the box. And then I'm just intensifying the color of the cardboard, adding a shadow underneath the wooden bowl, and then all around the mangoes. Now I'm just going to work on adding and intensifying the shadows throughout the sketch. So I've added more shadow on the left hand side of the wall, and now I'm adding a bit of cast shadow on the right. This will cause the pillar to pop out towards us, and then just adding a bit of dirt smudges here and there. After I finished my sketch, I went in and added a little bit of text into my journal to explain a bit about the image. If you enjoyed this video, it would really help to build my channel if you would give it a like, a comment and subscribe. And if you click on the bell notification, you will get notified when a new video is released. Until next time, bye for now.